Hey, Pete here from RC Car Action, and this is the red hot Traxxas Rustler 4x4. Much anticipated truck from Traxxas. They announced this about 2 weeks ago, and this is our first chance to see one new in the box. But it won't be a driver for us because this is a first delivery for display demonstration only model, which means it's going to go to a Traxxas dealer once I'm done doing this unboxing video. And if you go to Traxxas.com, use the dealer locator, and it will show you which stores near you have a Rustler 4x4 that you can check out yourself. And if you want to take one home, you can expect the truck to be in stores around mid-October. It's going to be in actual hobby stores first before it's available online. And you'll find this guy for about $3.99 mid-October. And the truck comes in this nice multicolored scheme. You can also get it in a more green and blue heavy version that looks nice. But let's get inside the box and take a look at what's happening with the Rustler 4x4. This does have the Bluetooth-enabled TQI transmitter with the Bluetooth module, which is optional. You're going to be able to use your phone or a tablet to basically have a high-end computer radio with telemetry capability. All the programming you would do with the Pro Radio, you can do with the TQI on the screen of your smartphone or your tablet. Just get that module, plug that in the back, and you're ready to go. Of course, the star of the show is the truck itself. I'll get this manual out of here too. So we'll get the body off, and the Rustler 4x4 VXL has a quick release body as debuted on the X-Max and is now used on the e-Revo. And like those vehicles as well, the body is reinforced internally. If you look at the back, you can see that this structure actually ties into the rear wing. So a very rugged body assembly. It's also got these bumpers on the top of the cab there. That's going to help prevent scraping wear if you flip the truck over, and it also makes it easier for the truck to rock back onto its roof with the self-righting system, which is borrowed from the X-Max and the new e-Revo as well. So some neat next level features built into the Rustler 4x4. This is not a battery included model for Traxxas. You do have a quick release battery hold down. You don't need any tools to put the battery in and out. And you can see how this kind of dog legs so that it can accommodate a 7-cell nickel metal hydride pack. You do get a quick start style manual with the truck. If you go online at Traxxas.com, they've got the full manual that you can download as a PDF. And of course you get shock spacers and a 4-way wrench and the usual Traxxas tools. And to better show you some details, I'll change up the camera setup and we can get a down angle on this, and we'll take a closer look at the Rustler 4x4 VXL. Okay, so here is the Rustler 4x4 as it comes out of the box. I'm going to go ahead and put a battery in there so you can get a better sense of what it looks like ready to go. And this shows off how that dog leg will let that hump pack fit in there. I do expect most Rustler 4x4 buyers are going to put a 2S or a 3S LiPo in there, but if you got a hump pack, it's going to drop right in. If you want to do a taller, high capacity 3S battery, or maybe even a 2S battery, if it's a big enough capacity, it might be tall enough to require this, they do give you this extra battery strap, and that will go straight across and give you that much more space for a taller battery. You do get the Volinion power system, which is the VXL 3S speed control. 3S, of course, meaning it's 3S LiPo capable. 3500 kV Volinion motor, and it does have, like the Slash 4x4 and Stampede 4x4, you've got one screw gear mesh adjustment. Let me show that to you there. So you loosen that and you can pivot the motor to set your gear mesh. Talon EXT tires are new for this truck. Likewise, new wheels. These aren't recycled parts. These guys have a pretty tall lug design. The carcass is still relatively flat, so on the street, this is going to roll smoothly, put a big footprint down, but when it's time to go off-road, there's lots of tread depth there, so that you're going to get plenty of traction. Ultra shocks are standard with progressive springs. The Ultra shocks are nice plastic body units. I think as far as plastic shocks go, Traxxas is some of the best ones out there. These now have pivot balls in the caps there. I don't know if that's going to focus up, but the cap can pivot on there. It's a new cap design as well. And you do have extra preload spacers in the parts bag, so you can change your shock preload settings if you want to. Turnbuckles are 4mm steel. Set your camber and toe in. Arms on this model are new for the Rustler 4x4. In addition to being stronger all around, the new plastic is also more resilient in cold conditions, which tend to make plastic parts brittle, which of course leads to increased likelihood of breaking. So the new Traxxas formula plastic is incorporated into these arms. Drivetrain wise, you've got the same extruded aluminum drive shaft as the other 4x4 models. It is a custom length for this truck to match its wheelbase. And as far as the wheelbase compared to other models, if you're wondering, because I was, Slash 4x4, of course, the longest model with a 12.8-inch wheelbase. Stampede 4x4 comes in with a 10.8-inch wheelbase. Rustler 4x4 right in the middle, 11.6 inches. And if you're curious, the two-wheel drive Rustler has an 11.4-inch wheelbase, so just a tick shorter than the 4x4 truck. As far as the slipper clutch goes, it is a Revo spec, which means it's a 3-pad design. It is externally adjustable. And for the Rustler 4x4, like they did with the e-Revo a long time ago for the brushless edition, Traxxas has gone to solid aluminum slipper pads. So you get a really extra durable slipper clutch in there for this model. Differentials are Revo style, where it's a sealed unit, silicone filled, metal ring and pinion gears. So expect to have no drivetrain issues with this vehicle. It's built tough for brushless power. Bumpers, of course, are new for this model, and the wheelie bar is also a new one. It is not multi-position adjustable like Traxxas has done in the past. It just sits right on top of the bumper. But it definitely gets the job done. When I drove a development truck, the truck had no problem doing wheelies on a 2S LiPo. I expect even on a nickel metal, it'll do wheelies just fine. 3S, you're definitely going to put this wheelie bar to work. And if you want to remove it, that's easy to do. Looks like it's just 3 screws. We'll take that guy off of there and you'll be ready for wheelie barless action. Of course, as a Traxxas off-road model, all your electronics are waterproof. 5-channel receiver goes in this enclosure, so that gives it waterproofness as well. You've got telescoping universal joint drive shafts, another long-time Traxxas feature. These are beefier shafts than what you may have historically seen on two-wheel drive trucks from Traxxas. Traxxas beefed them up first for the Slash 4x4 when that vehicle debuted, and they've continued to refine these guys for maximum strength, and you get the latest versions on the Rustler 4x4 VXL. Steering servo is the 2075 digital high torque. It's kind of hard to see. You got to get a look in this window in the chassis to see the servo in there. But trust me, it's there. It is not the Metal Gear version. That's the 2075X that the TRX4 has. It is a plastic gear servo, but it is high torque. It's 125 ounce-inches. If you've ever driven a Slash 4x4, Stampede 4x4, same servo, gets the truck around just fine. Plenty of guys upgrade to something even higher torque or Metal Gear. You can do that. But out of the box, there's plenty of servo here in the Rustler 4x4. Chassis is a low CG design. Let's see if I can show this to you here. You can see there's a pretty good gap here between the chassis and the bottom of the drive shaft and the bottom of the chassis. Underside is pretty smooth. This all ties in together nicely. And then the rear end actually kicks up to meet the rear differential. So they've really made that chassis as low as it can go. So that is the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. Again, hitting stores mid-October. $399 is the asking price. You want to see one now, check out the Traxxas dealer locator. They will show you which stores have a Rustler 4x4 demo model you can take a peek at. But to take one home mid-October, I would pre-order if you want to get one ASAP. Otherwise, you might be waiting a while because this is a hot truck and they're moving pretty quick. Of course, you'll see a full review in RC Car Action. And we sure appreciate you watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and go ahead and hit that bell icon so you get notifications. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.